Welcome to the progress guide for the 5th step of 0. This is the exercise that fully got my left knee to full bend. This is a knee that wasn't supposed to fully bend again because of partially artificial kneecap, meniscus transplant, quad tendon repair. Now, it happened for me by elevating the front foot, which reduces the load on the front leg, and by using assistance. Now, I used to use like a chair or something like that, but I've been finding for people, I think PVC pipes are best. They're light, they're cheap. Lots of gyms even have them for like Olympic lifting technique training. Now, when we do this in 0, there's no attention on where the heel is. The only attention is how much can I cover without pain. So lift your heel, whatever that means for you. Now you have assistance here, and you have how much you elevate the front foot. These would be the main ways of regressing it. If you look at the angle, my hip flexor here on this right side is under less stretch than if I went lower. So to go lower, it's now more stretch. So the ground, notice to have that back knee not touching, takes pretty dang good hip flexor length. So again, I like these because you can really modify them, and within a single session, you could progress to then doing it unassisted. So this will get the job done for most people. Now, what's interesting, as I was testing in ways to make it more advanced, one thing I found for myself, I now get a killer workout Mondays and Fridays when I do 0. Instead of 5 sets of 5, I do 25 straight. And I'm going now with the slant board to the fullest, and from here, I'm thinking to contract that VMO, and I'm not getting to rest at the top. So the slant board's not conducive for coming to the top. So without letting my shin past vertical, so I'm now working from vertical down, trying to contract that tibialis, trying to contract that vastus medialis, flexing it. 25 of these, I can now take myself really, practically to failure, but in a way, it's absolute gold for the tendons. And what's interesting, okay, here's the step that I use. I like to use a balance of, I get the best of quality that there is for a given subject. So this step allows all kinds of stuff, but I also use a couple $2 cinder blocks now. For someone who's really struggling with their knees, and the regular split squat is giving too much instability, or it's too difficult for the foot and the ankle strength. So the regular split squat, you want to build on that if you can, because of the extra benefits for the ankle and the foot. But you could plateau bust a troublesome knee with this same concept right here. So this could be absolutely life-changing for someone really struggling, say, with that patellar tendon. Now, I said that Mondays and Fridays, I do those 25 bottom half reps. On Wednesdays, which I did today, I did 100 reps in a row where I'm standing there and I'm walking into the deepest I can get with my heel down, with my back knee not touching the floor. What do I have to think about here? It's all about thinking about the back toes and the back hip flexor stretch. Now I have to push. By pushing through those back toes, it keeps a strict workout on the front leg. So you see, when you go here, if you aren't pushing with the back toes, your lunge could turn into something like that, and you didn't actually load the leg. So pushing through the back toes, right into the next step. So that's all I'm thinking about each step. So if I'm taking a step with the left leg, and I'm doing 100 of these continuously, it's advanced. When I'm stepping with the left, I'm thinking to stretch here, hip flexor stretch, pushing with the back toes, right into the next step. Walk out 100 of those. Pretty badass. The idea is that every drill is limitless. Every drill does have potential. So this is step 5. Steps 1, 2, 3, 4, all. Every time you do them, make your step 5 easier, and then step 6, 7, 8, round out the equation. So don't see life through a straw. It's not only about this exercise, but I do credit this as the most powerful with restoring that full knee bend for my surgical side. And why one side at a time is because the other side had ligament tears, so the right side was excessively loose from ligament tears I didn't operate on. So when you have two very different knees, the more different your knees are, the better idea it is to master an ATG split squat. Plus, as I mentioned a lot of times, if we look at the back hip flexor, what's a normal lunge or split squat? Right here. Now in our style, we're actually loading and stretching those hip flexors. what do we do all day? Sitting. So if I could wave a magic wand and only have one thing to not mess up my lower back, it would be lengthened hip flexor. So it's not only helping our stride, not only helping us in the air to be acrobatic like the Kobe Bryants and Michael Jordans of the world, it's not only opening up our ability to use our hamstring and our glutes, it's also allowing us, I think, to reduce the pressure in the back, because when these are shortened, I mean, you can think about your posture all you want, but if these guys are shortened, could be in trouble. Since I mentioned back, yeah, just be good at every position of your back, okay? There's no advantage to being weak or immobile anywhere in their back. So it's not the only thing, but if I could wave a magic wand and have lengthened hip flexors, I think my back would do way better than a normal human being.